Today we're doing tarot readings because that's what we do every day. So in case you're wondering why we're doing tarot readings, because we do that every day and have fun with it and enjoy it and all of that good stuff. Okay, so now live on your channel, free live tarot readings. There we go. It's good that I get notifications about my own stuff. So anyway, there is that. All right, YouTube wants to know if I have any sensitive issues on the channel. I don't think so. I think we're good for sensitive issues. Hello, Tony and Vanita Jean. How is it going? We have one too many lights on. Let me turn off the other one. There we go. Should look a lot better. Should look significantly better. So there we go. D'Angela, happy quarantine. It is quarantine day. That's everyone's favorite day. It is. Because there's nothing better than not being able to leave your house. All right. Hello, Gracia. What's going on? They have a new rule, by the way, coming out over here. You can't go outside without something over your mouth. So unless you look like a pirate or a bandit or a medical professional, you can't leave your house. All right, Angie, hey, how's it going? Vicky, Karen, Crystal, what is going on? Happy quarantine to everyone. Hope everyone is having a happy quarantine. I hope that your quarantine is going well and you got everything that you wanted for the quarantine holiday. So let me move my mic here. Sorry for the sound. There we go. All right, and my mic is, what is it doing? It's falling. Well, this is not good at all. I'm going to have to adjust this. Pardon me while I fix my microphone. So how is everyone doing? Happy quarantine. Karen, what's going on? What is happening? And Tash, how you doing? Hypnosis Ghost, welcome back. It is good to see you, Hypnosis Ghost. Hopefully my microphone does not fall on the ground. Will me and Leo reconcile? Tony, Tash, Crystal Jones, everybody's here. Meet mask here for everyone. That's great. Okay. Will me and Leo reconcile? Let's check it out for Vanita Jean and try it out there. All right. Will. Oh, VJ. Will me and Leo reconcile? I think my microphone's going to fall on the floor. I think you're going to hear my microphone fall onto the floor sometime soon. I would think in the next few minutes, actually. So if you hear a loud thump, that is the microphone falling. All right, for Dex, the Light Seers Tarot, because we can't have too much Light Seers Tarot. That is for sure. Happy quarantine to everyone. Annie Law, how's it going? Annie Law, I think your deck will get there Monday. I looked today. I remember you. I looked today, Annie, and it said Monday. It will get to you. Witty screen name, welcome back. How is it going? We got free live tarot readings, the quarantine edition. Hope everyone is having a great quarantine. A bunch of TV services like Sling TV, not sponsored, is having a 15-day trial to where you can have 15 days in your quarantine. You can watch TV on Sling TV. I'm just saying, if you want it free, you go there and get yourself some free television. Some free television, just like the old days when television was free. You know, what a novel concept that was. Karen, what is going on? CM, welcome. Yeah. All right, so why does that look so terrible? Not really sure. Hang on, we need to adjust some things. First off, we need to move this so it's not reflecting that bright light into my face. That's going to be step one. Step two is to move that over there. Okay, now that, my friends, is much, much better. I got back from a drain cleaning job. It sounds very draining. Joe, welcome back. It has been a long time, Joe. How have you been? Joe, hopefully you dodged that corona. You know, he gets Hecate's cross. I'm going to butcher it. I'm sorry, Hecate's cross. I'm going to butcher it. Larry, what is going on? Who doesn't like to sling indeed? All right. Anyway, Catherine Home, welcome. Hey, how's it going? Catherine, yours should be there Monday as well. All right. So let's see. Will me and Leo reconcile? 9 of Cups. I think it's in the process. It's going to take a lot of work, though. If you're looking for like some guaranteed, is this going to work? Is this going to be able to work out for all of us? It doesn't really look that good, I'm sorry to say, as far as this is concerned, right? It looks like there could be quite a bit of things to do, quite a bit of things to resolve. So if you're looking for just a sudden, quick reconciliation, that's going to be a freebie to where you don't have to do a lot of anything. Yeah, Joe is here. Welcome, Joe, back. Lisa, welcome. IMC, welcome as well. Nobula, welcome. How's it going? So, you know, overall, if you're looking for a quick and easy reconciliation, this is not going to be the one. This is going to be quite challenging, in fact. A lot of things to consider, a lot of things to factor in. It may be a situation where they don't currently want to reconcile, or they do have some issues with that, or they moved on, but we do have a lot of different factors sort of coming in, right? So I was kind of wondering, did they move on? That could be a big thing here if they've moved on as well. The 9 of Cups does indicate sort of that romantic interest. It could be aimed at someone else. And then sort of the 9 of Swords is trying to reconcile things, don't quite reconcile. So if you're looking to start it, if you're looking to do that, this does not look like something that would be prudent to start maybe right now, especially with all of the virus and all of that other stuff, you know? What are we going to do after the virus is over? What are we going to do with ourselves? You know? All right. So, Catherine Home, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Did you have a question, Catherine? Hello, can I get a reading for next week? All right. Rachel, welcome. Rachel snuck in here. Look at what's going on with Rachel. Rachel, how's the gifter? How's the gifter person? Are they in the works there? Did you get anything resolved with this person? All right. Anyway, Catherine Home. Next week, a next week forecast, and for that, wouldn't mind doing the wheel. We'll go back to all the old reliable decks. The old reliable decks. The Golden Wheel definitely sort of, you know, does that. Does that what's going on? Is Shaker Maker. Where is Shaker Maker? Shaker Maker's running late today. Divine Universe, welcome. What is going on? And Christina wants to know if there's a list. There is no list. Just, you know, poop out your question into chat. Just poop it on out in there. And we do it at random. But, of course, we take donations first because, you know, people that donate, if they just donated and you didn't give them a reading, they're going to be pretty ticked off, you know. Wolfie, what is going on? So good to see you. I do love me some Golden Wheel. What is going on? I love when you change the decks up. Well, that's pretty much every reading, unfortunately. So I do too, because yes, I have a very good memory. Rachel's like, how do you remember this crap? Nothing's happening, but my country just closed all non-essential businesses for today for a month. That's not good at all. Okay, so yeah, everything's closing. There's big panic because the invisible boogeyman is coming out to get you. He's very dangerous. And your government officials, we're going to tell you when the all clear. Until then, your government officials are going to tell you what to do to avoid getting sick by the invisible boogeyman. Normally, you would, figure this stuff out yourself, but he's invisible. So we got to trust our local and city government. We got to trust our local and city governments to give us the best, to give us the advice, to let us know when the all clear. All right. So next week, 6 of Wheels, 9 of Wands, 4 of Wheels, 9 of Cups. So I think that your sickness is going to be a little bit better, right? And the virus got me. I'm in lockdown indeed. I think you're going to be less sick coming up, right? The 6 of Wheels, it's like that you get a bit of relief for that, and you're sort of, trying to get out of that space where I'm sick and I'm down and things are bad, things are looking bad. I think that's going to ease up a little bit next week. Not a ton, but a little bit next week. In addition, I think you do have some good news coming from some of the other things that are going on in your life. I think you have some good news coming as well. So a piece of good news within here, the piece of good news is given to you, it's being handed to you, right? And that's going to be nice because you're less sick, you feel a little better. Pieces of good news are sort of rolling in. So I think that's going to relieve a lot of stuff next week as well. You're still sort of stuck. You're still sort of in that quarantine mode. A lot of different things you're trying to figure out. And I think that you're trying to get that space between I'm in quarantine and I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should start this project or that project because, you don't, a very uncertain future, right? And that's sort of disturbing for a lot of us, right? Witty Screen Name, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. D Love, welcome. How's it going? And Gracias joined it well. Lisa McNeil, how is you? And Dawn, happy Friday to you as well. So I think that you're trying to figure out how long this is going to last. And the worst part is the media keeps telling us more and more bad news, right? The invisible boogeyman can be spread from magic now, right? You just hold out your hand and you like spew the virus from long distances and it'll last on surfaces for a year, just more and more bad news. And I think you're trying to figure out where you fit in this, where you fit in with this, how you're going to cope with this, how long you have to cope with this and stuff like that. So, but I think there's some relief next week because now you're sort of figuring out, okay, this is going to be long-term, maybe a month more. Let me start this project. Let me start that project. Let me keep busy and active, right? Let me go to Sling TV and get the free, not sponsored, and get the free 2 weeks because why not? The Four of Wheels says you start working on these things. You start working on the projects. And I think it's about finding things that you enjoy doing and finding things that you enjoy being a part of and you can do, sort of home activities and stuff and sort of start some stuff and get some stuff going. I think that's going to be some good things as well. But I do think you get better. I do think you have some good news. You're trying to figure out where you sort of fit in with this as well. And the Nine of Cups, if you collect something, it's like you find another thing that you can, one of the items that you collect, I think you find one of those either interesting or something happens with that, or you get another piece to your collection type thing. So anyway, so, next week is just sort of interesting, living day to day, trying to survive the invisible boogeyman, the invisible man, trying to survive it. Witty Screen Name, any good news coming my way? Let's check that out. All right, let's see. WS. Any good news coming my way? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, you want to be careful with the news sources because they're all terrible. They all forecast the end of the world. It's going to be the end of the world. It's official. Anyway. All right. I think it might be over by... Jade, yes, Jade, you got the deluxe edition there. Jade, you should be there very soon. Probably Monday, this weekend or Monday. I haven't looked at yours, Jade. I'll go look after this, but yeah, you got a tracking number and all that. You can sort of check it out. Some of the post office near me sometimes doesn't scan the tracking number or scan the package in. They'll just dump it in the box, and so you don't get any tracking. It just magically appears. So that's kind of a weird thing, but yeah, there is that. All right. Speaking of yeah, there is that. We'll put one on here. By the way, we got a lot of exciting videos this weekend. Speaking of something to do, going to come out with some fun videos this weekend. We're going to still do the complete tarot course. We're going to have a lot of good stuff for that. All right. Let's see. The Six of Wands. I think you do have sort of feeling better next week. Not necessarily like great news or some fantastic things are headed your way per se, but I think next week gets a little better for you. It's almost like at, sort of what you do day to day. If you're still working, if you got the work thing going on, it feels a little better. It feels more normal. It feels more routine. And you're getting settled into a routine at this point. Six of Wands, the Lord of victory, success, and whatnot, feels a bit better, right? It feels just more relaxed. Now, I think you're sort of getting into your state or getting into your comfort zone a bit more as far as coming up in the next few weeks, right? The Chariot as well. I think that you had a trip planned, and after this is over, you're going to be able to take that trip. And that's going to be important for you to sort of get out of the house once that sort of eases up. And once this eases up in the peak or whatever, once it starts to fall out, I think a lot of people are going to be sort of getting out. And I think that you have sort of a trip that was either delayed or planned, or a trip that you really wanted to take. Hey, Bob, how's it going? And that's going to be possible after this is over. So I think it's sort of important to start planning this, not planning timelines, but planning, strategies. I wanted to go here, and I also wanted to go there, and maybe take a vacation, or maybe take some relaxing time, maybe take a short trip and things like that. I think starting planning that just logistically is going to do you good, because you're sort of halfway there at that point, right? You're sort of halfway there at that point. So, it's one of the things for there. So there's some positive news coming up with that as well. I think once this is over, once it starts easing up as well, I think you'll be able to earn a bit more money. I think there's a couple of things that you've been trying to do, maybe a project or what have you. Hey, boss, saw your donation. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, so there is that as well. The Ace of Pentacles says you can start sort of this venture, or a bit of a venture, maybe even a business or something where you're just selling something, you're producing a product, or you're doing a service. You're going to be able to get that sort of started. And you can sort of start that now as well, right? The Queen of Pentacles, you may have some help in getting that started as well. So it could be something. And the Magician points to, and the Knight of Cups points to, that, you have some potential love interest, you have some potential, romantic things coming up as well once this starts fading away. I mean, we are, a week in? So we got about 3 more weeks before this pretty much eases up and hits a peak or starts to decline or something else. So there's that as well. So you have a few more weeks. It's time to sort of start planning what you want to do once we're out. And I think you have some romance, some romantic interest, some love things coming up once this is over, once it stops peaking out, and people can sort of leave and whatnot. So anyway, so some good news, right? Yeah, then you have the Sling TV, and you have my videos as well. We got some fun videos coming out tomorrow. We'll start it tomorrow. I wish it were raining. It's hot here. Well, I wish it was hot here. It's raining. It's cold in Texas. I think it's actually somebody that you already know that you end up getting a love interest in. I don't think it's, the love interest to end all love interest, but I do think it's something that's just sort of fun. So there you go. Sponsorship. No. So yeah, I have like a billion emails. So I do Sling TV. I did their free trial for 2-3 emails. And now I get all 3 emails, got this spam. So there you go. Bring your mob. There you go. I do testing of patient specimens. Well, insert jokes here. All right. This week has been pretty tense at work. Doggy dates in. Doggy. Okay. Read from reliable news. Yes. Your oracle and book is on the way. So excited. Yes, indeed. You deserve some lazy time. The media is annoying. Indeed. Year. Christina wants to know. Let's see. Love a general reading for Angie Price. There you go. There you go. Brianna says, this sounds like a reading for me. No, that would be with the Thoth. maybe my cookies will be okay. Scary thought. Trust the government. Indeed. We have to trust the government. They have your best they have your best interest in mind. Okay. So what would you, general reading for Angie Price? There we go. AP wants a general reading. A general reading for AP. Let's check it out. And for this, And for this, we could use the Thoth. We could use the Thoth because, you know, why not? Why not? Maybe the cookies will be okay indeed. All right, let's check it out and see how it goes for Angie. Find out what's going on. Okay. Pretty relaxed Friday. I like it. I like it. Let's quarantine together. Let's quarantine together. What is your general reading? What is your general reading? Well, okay. You do have a couple of interesting things, right? I think that actually I want one more card. One more card, but just because, well, you know, that didn't help. But okay, here we go. I think as far as finances go, your finances are looking up very soon. Your finances are looking up soon. I think that you've had some financial difficulties in the past. You're trying to sort of figure stuff out. I think one of your main things is that the money, the outgoing money, at many times is greater than the incoming money. So it's sort of this situation to where you're not really sure what to do because now, you know, the bills are sort of stacking up sometimes. And I think that your money situation could be inconsistent at times. And I think that one of the best things about this is the incoming money sort of settles a lot of this. It's almost like they pay off some of the bills, or they increase the amount of steadiness that you have, or decrease, you know, the amount of worry that you have with money as far as it's concerned as well, right? So I do think that you have some money coming in. It could be a new opportunity for job-wise. It could be somebody you know, has an interest in you and donate something. There's something that happens as far as that goes. So I do think the money situation is going to level out some. I do think that one of the bills is greater than all of the other bills, and that's the main one that you're sort of concerned about sometimes, and trying to either pay off or trying to get some sort of a firm and concrete strategy to handle that sometimes. And I think that that's going to be able to happen as well. I think that one of the big weights on your shoulders gets lifted, and it's not going to be as bad as it you know has been in the past type thing. As far as sort of getting what you need or getting what you want to do, I think that you have some things that you've really been trying to do. You've really been trying to get focused on, and you've been sort of head in the clouds sometimes, right? Just a bit of cloudy head, a bit of, you know, not really sure what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And I think some of that is going to continue on as far as this virus is concerned. I think that the current panic, the current state of everyone panicking from the invisible boogeyman is sort of weighing on you in many respects, because you could know some people that you're sort of worried about, and you're sort of trying to figure out how to deal with that. But you sort of, again, you have the head in the clouds. And I think once the thing is over, you're going to be a little bit better with that, and things are going to be looking up, and things are going to be improving with that. But for now, sort of, you know, just you're going to sort of keep that situation. It's not going to be a lot of relief from that situation. Not going to be a lot of things coming about that are going to relieve that until this is all over. I think it's sort of stuck with that as well. As far as sort of the job situation, either the current job, looking for a job and whatnot, that seems to be a bit delayed. There seems to be some delay in that. And it seems to be, and that doesn't make any sense. It's almost like that you just get some money from somewhere. I don't really understand what's going on with that. But the job situation is sort of delayed. I think that you could have some other job opportunities, but that's going to be a bit delayed because of the panic and whatnot. But I think after that's up, that you could have some opportunities with that. But that's just weird that this money hits and pay off a big bill, head in the clouds, sort of this mixed opportunity with job and love. It's almost like the job and love are put on hold as well. It's like a lot of your life right now is just stuck, and it could be the love life is stuck, could be the romance is stuck. A lot of things just don't connect, and it could be related to the head in clouds as well. It's almost like if you pulled an astrology chart, for example, it would be a bit of mixture of a lot of things going on. In other words, a lot of wheels moving, but not a lot of progress being made towards what you want to get done. So you're going to have that sort of that mixture there of good and bad, mainly the good being some money just coming in from somewhere. Anyway, let us know what happens with that. It's always good when you get a couple of bucks from somewhere and all that good stuff. All right. So anybody have any questions? The chat's turned into just chat. I don't see any questions. That means we have no new people. So no one sure what to do. I guess we can do a magic trick. I did promise a new trick. All right. So we'll do something with a trick. Let's see. Could do, let's see. Who do we want to pick? Okay. Who wants to volunteer? Who wants to volunteer? Who wants to who wants to volunteer? And we will we'll do a quick trick here with some cards. So there we go. All right, Tiffany, what's going on? What's the weekend hold for me? There you go. Sky and a style and coffee. What's going on? All right. So Shaker will do you. Shaker will do you. So if you look at 3-day spread, there you go. All right. Did my friend block me? There you are. So Shaker, do you want to do this? Brianna, do you want to do this? Giver be back. Rachel, can I give a reading if the giver will be back or not? There you go. All right. Well, cool. All right. Peter wants to. Peter, there you go. I don't know. This is never going to work. Okay. You volunteer. Brianna volunteers. All right. So if you look at the front of the cards, we have angels. We have angels. This angel is constantly riding, is forever riding towards this other angel on a bicycle. And they're riding the bicycles. They never, ever know if they're going to reach each other on the bicycle. Could they meet? Could they meet? Could they be right together again? We're going to try to make that happen. Because if you just look through here, they're stuck. They're constantly riding towards each other. Constantly riding towards each other. There we go. All right. So we'll just stop at some random card. Let's stop at, do you want the top one or do you want the bottom one? Let us know. Let us know. Somebody, do you want the top one or do you want the bottom one? We'll just stop at a random spot here. And wait, because we have a long delay here. We seem to have a long delay. Like 2 minutes. 2 minutes delay. Nothing quite sheds viewers like a long delay on a trick. I'm just saying. So, all right. So anyway, we'll just grab a random one. T.O. Yes. Tiffany. There you go. What field should I look for in a job? The top. All right. We'll grab the top one. There you go. All right. So we'll grab that top one and then we'll sign it with, let's see, who said top? Rachel. We'll sign it with Rachel. We'll sign it with Rachel's name. All right. So the trick involves getting the two angels together. Drawing the card. The trick involves getting the two angels together because that's going to be the key point, right? Getting those two angels together. And to do that, we're going to get a reflection. And you see the angel in the reflection, right? You see the angel in the reflection. And if we move the phone towards there, it's almost like the angel gets closer and closer and closer. And they abandon their original spot. And then the angel moves. We don't know where the angel went. See, look, if you get it and actually go here, you can see the reflection of the angel. It's almost like the angel is on the other side. The angel is right next to them. The angel is right next to them. And it's an optical illusion, right? But if you get it and just move it like that, then the angel actually comes up there and moves towards the other angel. And now they're together. And now they're finally together. They're not riding separate. And it's actually printed on the card. They're finally together. And that is Rachel's card. Okay. All right. You know, why don't I do magic on there? It's our first reading from you. It's spot on. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. I'll volunteer if you answer my question. Dawn has a question. What is your question, Dawn? I'm looking. I see angel. Okay. Angel trick. Throw down nothing specific. Throw down nothing specific. I guess it doesn't make a difference. Okay. All right, so I'm a good one, but I can't read for myself. There we go. All right, CM, did my friend block me? There you go. CM, did my friend block me? We have successfully shed every single viewer that we had. All right, did Did my friend block me? Is it, so mail the card to you. Is it, did my friend block me or what? I have a confession. I'm a tarot reader. Okay. 3-day spread. Did my friend block me? For CM. There we go. And for this, we will use the Playful Heart Tarot because we can't get that. +6 was Nymeria on my keyboard. There you go. Shaker. We did it next week. Mail the card to me. How did you do that? I don't know. All right. Did your friend block you or not? What is happening with that? Well, these are upside down. That's not good. How my next week will be. There you go. Me, I wrote a question. There you go. Doesn't make a difference. Why bottom? Why top? It doesn't make a difference. It literally doesn't make any difference at all. All right. Do want to do the Playful Heart Tarot. And what's my next 3 days? What does my next hour hold? What does my next hour hold? Did your friend block you or not? The Ace of Pentacles says 9 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords. Yeah, they pretty much did, right? I think that they pretty much did. We do that. So subscriber numbers are up. My subscriber number is always up. They're up about 10 a day. I think I get 10 or 20 a day. Anyway, yeah, but I'm up to 30,300 something, I think, or something like that. The Ace of Pentacles says, yeah, they possibly blocked you. They have a good chance of blocking you there. The Ace of Pentacles, they're doing something. They're trying to get some factors worked out, and this seems to be the only way that they can figure out how to do this. So it's almost like that you have a combination of things that that not really upset them, but they're just tired of dealing with. Well, they're just tired of dealing with it. It's almost like that they just don't want to deal with it anymore. It's becoming a pain. It's becoming inconvenient, and they would rather move on to something else or have some other ideas, have some other opportunities to do things with that. So the Ace of Pentacles says, yeah, they probably did block you. The Nine of Swords, they don't really try to make a statement. I don't really think that they're trying to get anything specific done, or they're trying to prove any points, or they're trying to make any sort of drama with it. It just seems that they're tired of the whole situation. That they're tired of an entire situation, a whole matter. So some umbrella of thing that you had discussed with them or they had done, and I don't think that you are the only one affected by it. It seems that they're just trying to move on from something and move on to stage 2. I'm not sure really what stage 2 is, but they just want to move on to that, right? The Eight of Pentacles, I think that they're going to sort of get through the situation, and I don't think they're going to unblock people, but I think they're just sort of try to find some replacements, right? Melena, well, it's going. How's it going? This is a friend I talked about last night. Okay. So I think that they're going to sort of move past that. I don't think it's going to be there forever. I don't think it's going to be, a permanent situation and whatnot. I think there's sort of move on, but getting unblocked is maybe a bit of a challenge, obviously, because you can't exactly, know what the person's doing or how they're doing or things like that. So my microphone is literally going to fall. I need a new microphone stand. I think that's my project for tomorrow, is get a new microphone stand and get some smoke replacement devices so I can do some smoke tricks on stream and stuff. There you go. There you go. Check your phone, my dear. All right. I did check my phone. It was part of the magic trick. You remember? It was part of the magic trick. I did check my phone. Oh, did you send more? All right. It's refreshing. It's refreshing. The phone made the angels appear, The angels appear. Possibility of him in the next few months. There you go. All right. I'm going to have to fix this microphone. You're my new Friday evening ritual. Tiffany, thank you. I appreciate that. As my microphone falls down, let me move it. Let me move it a little bit over here. Oh, no. Am I going to be able to move? No, I'm going to have to move up here. I need a new microphone stand. Okay, so my problem is I use these tables from Costco. And they're made out of plastic, and they have nothing hard to hold on to these microphone clamps. And so I'll use a microphone clamp, and because it doesn't have anything to hang on to, it just falls, and it's constantly falling. You finally ate, and now you're getting a coffee. Well, there you go. That's perfect. That's perfect timing. Told my coworker to check you out too. Well, that's good. Let me know. Let me know. Yes, I received it. Thank you so much, Hey Bye. Greatly appreciate it. All right. So you finally ate. Mary H, welcome. Cosmic YT, welcome. And let's see. What does my ex-husband want? He texted me with small talk. Let's figure that out. All right. Style and coffee and brown eye. There we go. What does my ex want? Thank you for subscribing. Texas girl, I'm in Texas as well. So welcome, fellow Texan. What do you think about this unseasonable cold weather? What do you think about it? How is it going with all this unseasonable stuff? So I want to use my brand new, very happy Gilded Royale. There you go. Texas girl indeed. What part of Texas are you in? Are you in North? I'm in North Texas. Jay, hello. How's it going? What is going on? We're just checking this out. Hey Bod donated with Square. So, all right. So this weekend, we got a bunch of videos coming out. We got some fun stuff coming out. By the way, if you're a Patreon subscriber, I just released a 4-hour instructional video on how to paint the cat. And let's see, which one was that? Which one was that? That was, I don't know, one of the cats. It's one of the cats. It's basically this one. So I did a 4-hour instructional video on how to paint basically that cat. So if you're interested, it's on Patreon. If you're a Patreon subscriber, you can learn exactly, I'm talking stroke by stroke, how to paint that cat to where it looks photorealistic. In case you're interested, there you go. All right. You got to throw in that advertisement. You know, not sponsored. Well, yeah, I'm sponsored. Actually, I am sponsored. You know, I'm just saying. All right. Hey, Ba, what is your question? You need to retype your question. Chat is moving fast tonight. Hey, Ba, please retype your question. There you go. What do you do on Patreon? Not much. It's pretty slow on Patreon, I got to say. Patreon is, I got, you know, handouts. I got behind the scenes videos and stuff like that. There's no huge series and whatnot. Patreon's more of a, you know, I want to get you a couple of bucks there. There you go. So, hey, Bob, repeat your question. Wheel of Fortune, how is it going? Good to see you're alive still. Indeed. Yeah, Brianna, you need to do some paintings for that. So, what does my ex want? Yeah, anything from Amazon is delayed. What does my ex want? The Star, 7 of Swords, King of Swords, and the 9 of Wands. I think they just want to, yeah, there you go. You know, I have a Costco order for toilet paper that has not shipped for like a week and a half now. I don't think it's shipping. I think somebody stole it. So I think they just want to get that connection. I think they want to feel connected to you. I don't think that, so hey, ask your question there. Anyway, I think that they just want another connection or another opportunity or something to somebody to talk to, somebody to relate to. I think that they related to you well. I think they communicated well with you. I think that you had a good relationship until it sort of went downhill. I think that you had a lot of things in common. I think that you had a lot of commonality. You had good empathy towards each other, but then you had irreconcilable differences. I can't believe I pronounced that correctly. There you go. But you had irreconcilable differences. And I think that sort of built up to a point to where, you know, it just wasn't going to work out at some point, right? But I think that they want to feel that connection again. Do they want something serious? Do they want a renewal of the relationship or whatnot? I really don't see that. I just think that they just want to, I think they just want to connect. They just want to connect with people. They just want to connect with somebody. They're feeling down. They're feeling a bit alone. And they just want to have that capability of doing that. if given the opportunity, they may or may not. I mean, given the opportunity, they may want to start something again, sort of a quickie freebie or something like that. But the King of Swords says the big opportunity here, the big takeaway is just getting somebody to talk to at this point. Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's being upset. And at some point, they just want to have that feel important or feel like that they belong in a group or something. And that's going to be sort of there. There you go. Wheel of Fortune on me. Catherine, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Laws C, welcome. Hey, how's it going? How's he feeling about me? Let's check that out. By the way, this looks really good on this mat. I'm just saying, this looks really good on this mat. It does. It looks really nice. All right. Okay, Lassie, thank you again for that donation. I greatly appreciate it. My microphone is still falling. I don't know what to do. LC wants to know. You're like T.O. Who? I have no idea what's going on. Paying toilet paper on my packs. Oh, Shaker Maker's an artist as well. There you go, Shaker. We need to get on Discord and share art and stuff. How's he feeling about me? Well, let's find out by using the love screen. Oh, we need a deck. We're going to use the Encore Tarot for this. I hope you like the Encore Tarot because there you go. I can't believe our postage is still running. I'm telling you, the post office is packed. The post office is packed with people. I went there today and there was like 10 people in that little post office thing because I live in a small town. By the way, let's go to the love screen because I got a feeling about the love screen right now. I'm just saying. We'll check that out. So, how is he feeling about me? All right, pull an extra card. You get an extra card because you're extra special tonight. There you go. We got a lot of room on screen as well. So, Laz, how's he feeling about me? We have an interesting mix here, right? Start off with the moon. And the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands, Sun, Temperance, Tower. A lot of majors here. And I did pick at random. You saw that. Yeah, Discord is a place where you can share graphics as well, too. So, there you go. So, by the way, tarot reader, but can't read for myself. Can you advise on how to make it? Okay, so that'll be your reading. There you go. The moon and the Eight of Wands. How's he feel about me? He seems to be back and forth. I think that he wants something, but he may not want the same thing that you do, right? The moon and the Eight of Wands, a bit of the disconnect as far as emotions go. So if you're looking for just an absolute 100% positive, this person is absolutely in love with you and they're trying to start something. They're trying to get something moving. I think that they're trying to get something moving, but they sort of want a bit more casual than you do. So if you're looking for something permanent, something long term, it could be a bit challenging in this respect, right? But I think that ultimately you end up working something out and you end up in some type of relationship. And I say that because just how many majors are in here. So if you're looking at this person as just a big component of your life or someone that you really want to get into or dive deep into, Tiffany, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Answer a question for Jay, please. All right. So your answer a question for Jay, please. Okay. Scrolling up looking for Jay. We'll do that in just a minute. So you do have that component as well. So it's almost like that you have this delay or you have this run up of a relationship, if that makes sense. It's like you're moving up a ramp. So if you're trying to get up the ramp, get to the top of the ramp, getting to something relationship-wise, it could be a very good relationship. We have a lot of majors, a lot of good stuff, sort of at the end zone of the relationship or at the end zone of the interaction, but there seems to be a run-up speed. In other words, it's going to take a while to get started. It's going to take a while to get going. It's like that. Once you get into it, it's great, but getting into it takes some effort, takes some struggle, a bit of back and forth as well. So again, a lot of majors. Either this is very important to you or this relationship could be very great. So you're just going to have to sort of get into it, figure out how it's going to go. And if this relationship is going to be good for you, I think so, because you have a lot of majors, a lot of good stuff with that. So anyway, go back to the zoomed in screen. We got a coworker watching. There we go. There we go. All right. So let's see, Woody's screen name, got that and got that. Coworker is watching. Catherine Home donated $1. Ashley, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so let's figure out what this coworker thing here. And do we do what's happening? Questions about M. What is happening in his marriage life? There we go. All right, this is my friend Natasha who's here. Everybody wants a thank you for donating for your friend and your coworker who are here. All right. Can anyone spot Jay? Can anyone spot Jay? Someone named Jay? Not really sure what's going on with this. There's Jay. Jay Florin says hello. I'm Tiffany's coworker. Haha. And did Jay actually ask a question? I'm scrolling around looking for Jay. So Jay said hello, and then Jay said that they're your coworkers. So Jay, if you want to let me know what your question is, I'll be happy to answer it. I'm scrolling up and there's a lot of chat. The chat's usually really active, so I'm just sort of trying to find it at this point, and I can't find it. So if you want to repeat your question, because I just see hello, and you just see that you're a coworker. And there's some sirens outside. Anyway, in the meantime, we will check out Heba's question about M, what is happening in his marriage life. All right. So Heba. HB, what's happening? And wants to know if Leo likes him. Okay, all right, let's check that out. After Heba went first, we'll do that first. Okay, we're doing the Wizard's Tarot, by the way, in case you wonder what this is. This is the Wizard's Tarot. You have to love the Wizard's Tarot. There you go. They are Leo. Okay, cool. Thank you, everybody. I greatly appreciate that. So Jay's question, the person likes me at all, they are a Leo. All right. In the meantime, we'll do Heba's question, what happens in M's marriage life? And then we will do Ashley. Thank you so much for your donations. I greatly appreciate it. Let's check out what is happening in M's married life. So we get rid of that and we check that out. Got some interesting stuff here. The Knight of Cups and Justice, Eight of Swords, and then the Two of Swords and the Knight of Cups. That's interesting. The Knight into the Nine. It seems that the marriage life has sort of kicked into low gear. It kicks into a bit of a low gear here, and sort of means that they did have some interesting things going on. They did have some good connections. They have some good topics of discussion, some mutual things that were going on. And lately, it's been a bit of a stress has been introduced. And the stress is causing them to have a few problems and have a few sort of differences of opinions and things going about. So the Knight of Cups into the Nine sort of means a bit of a loss of that empathy, a loss of that thickness, that niceness that sort of makes a very good marriage go very well, right? Could be because of how this is affected. It could be a lot of different things. As well as there seems to also be some either one of their hours was cut or something happened at the job. We have a bit of that hands tied behind her back following Justice. It's like that either there was something happened in regards to a formality or sort of an industry or something like that, where either their hours are cut or there's some uncertainty about getting the income in, and there's some stress involved with that as well. So that's sort of adding to the mix. But overall, they're sort of trying to work through it at this point. And that's going to be, something everybody does. And the stress that's sort of hitting us all is mixed in as well. But they're going to have to sort of work through this and figure this out and sort of ride the storm until it's all over, right? So So that is be right back. We have a government live vid. There you go. But Justice in the Eight of Swords is their hand is sort of tied, trying to make ends meet, sort of maybe dipping into some savings to get some things out and whatnot. The Two of Swords as well, things that they are sort of working on working on the day-to-day activities, and there's sort of day-to-day activity mode at this point. A lot of sort of previous things that they did were more of a group or more of an excitement about this activity or that activity or things going on, things coming up in the future. But now it's sort of just making it day by day and doing day by day planning and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, a bit of trouble over there. As far as that's concerned, it looks like maybe cut hours, maybe some interesting things happening with all of that. The Nine of Cups after the Knight of Cups sort of points to almost a diminishing of the sharpness or the fullness that they had before. But I think they're just sort of working through it and trying to make it just like we all are. But yeah, there we go. All right, that is the marriage reading there. All right, so now we're talking about a Leo. A Leo. Here we go. All right. So Jay wanted to know, thank you, by the way, for Tiffany and your coworker Jay. Question for Jay, please. And Jay's question was, person likes me at all, they are a Leo. All right. Do they like you at all? Figure it out. It's not Tiffany, is it? Oh, no, they are a Leo. They're a Leo. All right, let's check it out. Okay, and for this, hi Courtney, how's it going? We could use the This Might Hurt Tarot, just because that would be perfect for this. This Might Hurt Tarot. Soul donations take priority. There are a few in queue. Once you're done, select questions at random. Indeed. No LOL. Okay. It's not Tiffany. Well, that would be convenient. That would be convenient. That would be convenient. Seems the world is a little unhappy. The struggle to keep balance for a lot of people. Indeed. Indeed. Some industries are thriving. Medical industry, Walmart, not Uber. The delivery of the food seems to be very thriving at the moment. And then other industries pretty much went downhill pretty quick. You never know what your industry is going to get until it gets. All right. Wizard's Tarot. That is not the Wizard's Tarot. That is that one. Okay. The This Might Hurt Tarot. Do they like you at all? Do they have any feelings for you at all? Well, the Four of Wands into the Hermit. Five of Swords, Ace of Cups, Seven of Cups. So, do have quite a bit of information here. So let's sort of start out with this. We could have some type of interest. We have a lot of good cards mixed with bad cards. So how do we sort of approach that, right? We have this sort of weird thing. The Four of Wands into the Hermit. The Four of Wands into the Hermit. Is this person like you at all? It seems that this person is this sort of points to sort of stuck in a variety of ways. So their priorities are not exactly with a lot of relationships at the moment. The priorities could be a bit distracted. It's almost like that they're getting out of another relationship. Nexus, my favorite dungeon. How are you? They're getting out of another relationship, right? So why do we say that? Why are we getting out of another relationship? The Four of Wands is a home card. It's a Four of Wands is a home card, and it's sort of this nice, relaxed sturdiness. The four is a very stable number, and things are sort of looking up when you get the Four of Wands. If you're looking for a relationship, if you're looking for if somebody likes you or something like that, right? Four of Wands is a very positive card. And then we have the Hermit. And if you watch my videos, maybe you haven't. By the way, hit that subscribe button. I have 700 videos you can choose from, including a lot of good tutorials and things like that. But the Hermit is facing this way and sort of highlighting or shedding some light on this previous happy situation to where there was some good news, things were comfortable, they were in a nice relationship, and all of a sudden they're just sort of shining a light over here talking about being alone or being by themselves is right? The Five of Swords, the Lord of Defeat, looking at over here looking at the Hermit as well. It seems that things sort of took a dive, things that did not get a great reception sort of type thing. The Five of Swords, the Lord of Defeat, points to this whole situation. So you have this 3-card spread basically here. He's talking about a stable relationship or a stable love moving into a space of alone possibilities and sort of finishing off the situation with defeat or being, stabbed, or not literally, but, sort of a defeatist situation. So we have basically previous relationship picture over here. So now we're looking at, are they ready for something new? And the Ace of Cups says that they are. It says that they are. And then we move into the Seven of Cups, which is a lot of different options. Courtney, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. My phone's right here. I saw you come in. Courtney. All right. They're pretty images as well. Yes. So they're looking for a new relationship, just like what is the song? They're looking for a new love, baby. I don't know who sang that. My singing is terrible, by the way. So is my magic. So the Ace of Cups are looking for something. They're looking for something else. And the Seven of Cups says they have a lot of options. They have a lot of different options. So if you're thinking if they like you, I think that you are in the options. I think that you're in the list. You're in the picking pool. You're in the pool. If you're looking for, this person is solely focused on you. If you're looking for, Courtney, thank you for your donation. I got it. I appreciate it. I know it didn't pop up here, but they're looking at different people. They're sort of shopping at this point. So if you're asking, is this person dedicated to me? Do they like me at all? I think that you have some possibilities here. I think that you are one of the hanging plants. I think that they are sort of looking at you, but just realize that they're also looking at other people. They're sort of shopping at this point. So does that mean that they're dedicated to looking for a relationship? They want to get tied down now. They want to dive into something deep and meaningful immediately. That's going to be a no. It seems that the 3-card spread has put a delay on it, moving past this. And now we're into shopping mode. Let's shop around. Maybe I like this person. Maybe I like that person. And so they're not really looking to dive full in. They're just in the shopping mode. So there you go. So there you go. Anyway, long reading, but since you're new to the channel, I thought I would sort of, throw down some cards there. By the way, we'll do, we'll do Ashley, and then we'll do Courtney. Courtney, thank you for your donation. Courtney, let me know what your question is while we wait for that. By the way, thank you, Courtney. We will go to Ashley. This is for my friend Natasha, who's here. And her question is, should I take time for myself and not date anybody? Should I take a date break? Well, I'm just saying, if you're going to take a dating break, you might as well do it during a quarantine. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just pointing this out at this point. I'm just pointing out the obvious. All right. So anyway, this is the Bonefire Tarot. Somebody always asks, and I'm too lazy to make it digital. So there you go. News is different than ours. Sounds like an update. Refreshing. Yeah. Jay, subscribe. Thank you so much, Jay. I appreciate that. Jay, we got a lot of videos. I'm terrible. Jay, by the way, I'm a professional magician, but I can't shuffle cards. Jay's like, all right. Jay's like, how can you be a magician if you can't shuffle cards, man? Jay's wondering. Jay's trying to figure this stuff out. Courtney, let me know your question. Courtney. We'll get you right here, right in a minute. Here we go. So let's figure this out. Should you be taking a dating break or no? A dating break, is that a good thing? All right. Let's find out. Queen of Coins, Page of Coins. There you go. Gianna, thank you for your subscription. I greatly appreciate it. Throw down a couple of cards there. Taking a dating break, I'd look for the Hermit, I look for something that would indicate a dating break. I don't see anything. I don't see anything at all that would take a dating break. But if you're going to take a dating break, hey, the quarantine time, probably a good time. So let's look at the Ace of Coins. Actually, I think you have other stuff. Why would you need to dating break? Katie, I'm still on. Running long tonight. It has been long tonight. The Ace of Coins, Four of Cups, Eight of Swords, Star. Okay. The Ace of Coins sort of points to that you got other things going on anyway. You have other things going on anyway. The Four of Cups says you're not happy with the people that you're meeting. So you sort of have to ask why the Four of Cups is after the Ace of Coins. This is a weird combination for anybody that reads tarot. Is going to be like, why is that going on? I'll tell you why it's going on. The Ace of Coins into the Four of Cups. You're meeting people and you're trying and you're meeting some unsatisfactory people. Unsatisfactory. You're not having a good time with that. And I think the people that you're meeting are either just completely unattractive. They are completely unattractive for the different reasons, right? Not necessarily that they're ugly, but they have some red flags to them. They have some unattractive qualities to them. They have some things about them that you're just not comfortable and you just don't want to really dive into a full steam relationship with the people that you're sort of meeting, as well as I think you've had a couple of short-term relationships that haven't worked out. And they haven't worked out for, and these were relationships that you sort of really wanted to get into. You were excited about these and they didn't work. You could have been used. You could have been, had some conflicting stuff going on, but basically the ones that you were excited about, almost like they didn't know or they didn't work. The ones that were excited about you weren't excited about them. So you have this weird combination that's happening with that. So should you take a dating break? I mean, it's up to you, but as far as finding people, you're not finding the ones that you want, right? The Eight of Swords, you sort of feel alone in a lot of these as well, right? You sort of feel alone in a lot of these. And when I say alone, it's like you try to go forward with it, you try to move forward with it, and you're constantly moved back, or you're constantly put back with it, or you try diligently to get something going and it's just not happening. So you seem to be in a situation where you're putting a lot of work into things and not getting the results that you want. And I don't think that you're a stupid person. I think that you've quickly realized that this is a lot of work and do I still want to do this? Is taking a break. And so now you're sort of asking the question, the star into the Page of Coins. Am I going to be, if I take this break, is it going to magically fix itself? Is it going to magically fix itself? And this is a question that's going to be a no, right? It's going to be a no. I think that taking a break would be good, obviously, right now because of the obvious situation of we're in a quarantine, right? Who are you going to meet? Are you going to meet together and be wearing surgical gloves and a mask? Or, what are you going to do? So obviously taking a break now, if you're going to take one, might as well be now. But again, we're back to the question, will this magically fix itself? Will it get a magic wand? And will I wave it around and go, and it magically fixes itself? And the answer is no. The answer is no. I think that you're having manifestation issues with creating the people that you want. You're having manifestation issues with creating the style of people, the type of people that you want. And I think that you should get into a mode of figuring out exactly what you want and start making a list, right? Grab some paper, pen, make a list, type it up, make a list of these are the things that I would absolutely love to have in a partner. These are the things that I can put up with. These are the things that are a deal breaker. And make this list and get it clear in your head. And I think that your manifestation abilities will improve from this. Once you're sort of, your body, your mind knows what to create in your life, what to attract in your life, and you're crystal clear on it. Because I think sometimes you just change your mind. You just change your mind, right? So, again, crystallize what you want onto paper, onto something and read it and refine it and tell the world what you want. Give it the star. Give it that guidance while you're on the break that you need anyway, which is the quarantine. And once that happens and you firm up this situation, I think you're going to be a lot better off. But again, taking a break is not going to magically fix it. So if you're looking for the magical cure, taking a break is not it. So good luck. Clear up what you want and let the universe know, and think that will fix several things in there. Anyway, we got quite a few donations, none of which are on screen. So I know that the next person was not Natasha. We did Natasha. The next person was let's see. So we did Ashley. And we did Jay. Wants to know if Leo likes him. Tiffany said, a hippie soul. What a good name. Hello, how's it going? So Courtney said, hey there. And Courtney donated. And Courtney said, get your phone. I got my phone. And then Courtney said, I gave a donation. I got it. And then I asked Courtney what her question was. And scrolling around, trying to find Courtney's question. Am I in a spiritual awakening? All right, let's check out. Courtney wants to know, am I in a spiritual awakening? And Laz C, thank you for your donation again. I appreciate that. Laz C, you on the list. Is it ending with him and the other person he went off with? All right, so we'll do for Courtney. Wants to know, am I in a spiritual awakening? Let's find out. We'll find out with the Dark Mansion Tarot, because everybody loves the Dark Mansion Tarot. Science home. Does it make sense if they say, like an atom constantly changing, but always staying the same? I love busy decks. I do too. Everybody comes to Australia. That seems like quite a flight. From Texas. I'm just saying. It seems like quite a flight. All right. Okay, the Dark Mansion Tarot. Are you in a spiritual awakening? Let's figure it out. This looks really good on this cloth. The High Priestess. We are sort of looking at a bit of movement with that. That's question, the High Priestess being the first card gives us a really good picture of this. And the High Priestess says that you're behind a veil, right? The High Priestess, you don't see the veil here, but in most other decks, you have a veil around the High Priestess or behind the High Priestess and whatnot. And I think that the spiritual awakening, or what you're talking about, the sort of the place that you're in, is you're trying to sort of hide some aspects of yourself from the world. And I think that either you're uncomfortable with certain aspects of yourself, or you're in a situation where you're not happy with certain aspects of yourself, and you're trying to figure out how to deal with that in your own way. And I think that this is not something new. It's something that you've sort of been doing, but I think that you have different presentation styles to different types of people. So you have a different presentation to your friends, or you have a different presentation to your lover, you have a different presentation to your family or whatnot. So you have different presentations that you sort of have to the different people. And part of that, again, is trying to sort of come to grips with part of yourself and how to deal with some aspects of yourself that you maybe not ready to share with the world, or maybe there's some things you're not really willing to sort of put out there, right? The Knight of Pentacles says that you have a lot of successes in your life. But a lot of times, or sometimes, you are focused on some of the negative aspects that sort of hold you back sometimes, right? In other words, let's say I'm great at magic or something, right? And I'm terrible at, I don't know, tennis or something. So a lot of times you try to get these things that you're bad at and you focus on those instead of focusing on what you're good at. And that's a balance situation as well, right? Trying to figure out these things I'm great at, these things I'm not good at, and not focusing on the negative, but focus more on the positive and get more of a motivational type thing going on as well for that. So sort of focus on your strengths and understand that you have a lot of strengths. You have a lot of great things that you're good at, that you're able to do that. The Hangman points to this as well. So it's a matter of focusing on your strengths, focusing on things that are wonderful, that are good and strong, and that's going to really sort of increase that awakening or increase that ability as far as that's concerned. But as far as am I in a spiritual awakening, High Priestess points to yes. It points to you have a ways to go. It points to a journey that you're sort of on, and the Two of Pentacles says at some point, you are, wow, thank you, D.I. I greatly appreciate it. At some point, you need to make a decision on the spiritual awakening about what's next or what you're ready to do next. I think that you're going to hit a plateau. And when you do, you're going to have to sort of change up the things that you're reading, change up the books that you're reading, and go on a side journey, because the side journey is sort of a different pathway than what you're on now. So you have to take a right turn, a 90-degree right turn at some point, and that means I'm going to have to read different things. I'm going to have to find different interests on this journey and on this awakening. So yeah, so be prepared for that right turn. I think it's coming moderately soon as you sort of hit a plateau with what you're sort of doing now. Anyway, thank you for your donation again. All right, so DI, thank you for donating. What is your question? Let me know. Okay, going long tonight. We started everybody started rolling in late. We sort of did some magic tricks, hanging out. Then everyone sort of, Nexus retracted a message. I have no idea what's that about. Scarlet Kitty, I want to learn tarot. I do too. Let's see, Shaker, CM, and who was the next person that donated? Courtney wanted to know my spiritual awakening. Texas Girl. There you go, Natasha. And the next person that donated was who? I'm looking. DI, I just donated. All right, waiting for DI's question. And while we wait, I had somebody else that donated. Wish there was a better system for this. So Hayvod did that. And Gurpreet, hello Gurpreet, how's it going? So what is everyone's plans for the weekend while I hunt down the questions? Let me know. All right. Anyway, if I didn't get your reading, email me and I'll do a separate reading for you because I'm not finding the questions. So let me know. Let's see, DI. Lassie, there you go, it was you. All right. Lassie wants to know. Wheel of Fortune, not trying. Lassie, Wheel of Fortune. Scrolling up, Lassie. Wheel of Fortune, where are you? I'm on the Gold Coast. Wheel of Fortune, really? Okay. And Lassie, donate, is it reading? Okay, all right, here we go. Is it ending? So LC, is it ending with... Is it ending with him and the other person that he left with? Let's figure that out, like I normally do. Christopher Jackson, welcome. By the way, please hit that like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, and DI posted their question. Thank you so much, DI. All right, so for this one, I would like to use the Anna K, but I'm going to break this chair. This is the worst chair in the history of mankind. It is the worst. And it wasn't cheap either. So it wasn't cheap either. See, I'm trying to paint. You and me both. All right. Brianna's catching up on live streams. There you go, Brianna. Catch up on them live streams. That's what's good about the weekend. Christopher Jackson hasn't been in a bit. Christopher Jackson has the cross. There you go. Let's get that cross for an icon, just like on the Lenormand. Speaking of Lenormand, somebody asked me what I'm doing the Lenormand. I have no idea. Shaker Maker, $1.50. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. So Lassie wants to know, is it ending with him and the other person he just left with? Is it ending with him? So he's saying that he bailed, and then You're trying to figure out it's going to be ending with that person soon. I'm going to have to say yes, because this looks terrible. This looks absolutely terrible. So if you're looking for, is it ending with him and the other person he left with? You got some pretty harsh cards here. One is the 9. One is the 9. I think that they got into a situation they weren't quite prepared for. They weren't quite prepared. They weren't quite prepared for this. And it seems that they had some unrealistic expectations with whatever happened here. And as they sort of went into it, they got into a situation they weren't quite prepared for. And again, unrealistic expectations. I think sometimes when we meet somebody and we're all excited about a relationship and everything seems to be going great, we have those rose-colored glasses and we just blatantly ignore some red flags. Blatantly ignore some of the red flags. And I think they've come to grips with what those red flags are. And they don't look too good. They don't look too good. One of the big factors here is that the other person has a tendency to just destroy relationships. They just demolish relationships. Angie, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. They just destroy relationships. And that's not going to be good. Obviously, master the obvious. That's not going to be good. And I think once they got into that and they looking back with these unrealistic expectations, these positive things they're going into, then this person's bad habits sort of came to the forefront and it sort of just cratered at that point. So yeah, it's just looking terrible. So if you want to know how the relationship is going to work out, this is just absolutely terrible. So, and it's going to get terrible quick. It's not going to be a slow roll to where things go bad. It's going to get terrible fairly quickly. So they have some bad habits. They have some addictions. They have some things that are sort of creeping up, and they're not going to be able to deal with that for long. You can't really hide that stuff once you move in with somebody. Once you move in with somebody, all the little inconsistencies come about. And then you find out what's going on. DI wants to know. Thank you, DI. I greatly appreciate your donation. So DI, if TB and I will ever connect. Let's find out about that. Will TB and I ever connect? If he will contact me. I tried to reach out and no response. So you did the reach out and you're not getting that love. Speaking of love, the Victorian Romantic Tarot would be good for this. Would be great for this. This is Baba Studio, by the way. Everybody loves Baba Studio. Indeed. X is doing the same thing now. How is your Thoth learning going? I do love me some Thoth. Brianna does not like the Thoth. I'm going to tell you now. Brianna does not like that Thoth at all. But she did make some banana cookies, and I will be eating those on Monday. Checking that out on Monday. All right, so you tried contacting this person. They're not responding, and we want to know what the status is. What's the situation? Will they ever connect with TB in the World of Warcraft? That is Thunder Bluff, by the way. Echoes of Nature PDF book. What are we talking about? We're talking about something with my book. Okay, Divine Universe, welcome back. The Six of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Hierophant, Empress, and Justice. I think they have somebody else. I think that they have somebody else. I think that they're interested in somebody else. Now, do they have somebody else? Maybe not. Are they interested in somebody else? Absolutely. I think they have somebody else in mind. The Six of Pentacles, the sort of reaching out to this person, or sort of you reached out to this person. And you're trying to get that connection done. You're trying to get this Ten of Pentacles situation to where you're sort of interested in them, maybe trying to figure out about that. And you're trying to get the connection made. And you're running into difficulties. And we're running into difficulties with the Empress and Justice over here. It's like that they have somebody else, or they have somebody else, or they have some other interest going on. They're not contacting you right now, it seems to be because of the possibility of this other interest. Mom Bear, hello, how's it going? Welcome. And the Hierophant sort of points to this, mixture of, I have this focus, but I have other opportunities. And which one do I want to take? Because a lot of times we end up choosing the wrong one, or we end up getting in a situation where we're not too excited about the opportunities that we have. So we're looking for other things. The grass could be greener on the other side. We have to sort of wander into that, figure that out on our own, and see if that's going to be true or not, right? And I think that's the status that they're in, The Empress points to they're looking for something, again, that could be a longer type thing, or could be a more established type thing as well. Somebody that they've had in their mind for a while. And so they're trying to figure this out and get this going. So, as far as the Empress into Justice, again, we're trying to balance this out. They're trying to figure out how to do it. Are you on the list? Maybe, as a backup or something, but the primary focus right now is on the other person. For right now, they appear to be interested in that other person. All right, Angie, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Divine Universe, thank you for your donation. Divine Universe, did you have a question? Looking for a new place. Hard to find with stay-at-home owner. Will be soon. All right, Angie wants to move. AH. I want to move. All right, let's check it out. All right, this will be the last question. We're ending soon. We go long today. All right. I do want to use the no, we used that before. I do want to use some different decks, Oh, what haven't we used? So many. I could use the dragon. The Celtic dragon, Celtic dragon, however you would like to pronounce it. How is Bee's Rebound going after ghosting me? Let's see. Looking to move soon. Oh, that sounds great. I miss the apartment days. I hate to say that. I'm in a house now, but I do. I miss the apartment days. I do. I miss the apartment days. That sounds terrible. All right. Oh man, moving soon. Look at it sort of change. You're sort of stuck, right? You have the chains. We have this chained up feel that we're being restricted as far as movement is concerned. We're being restricted. We're trying to find some other things, trying to find some opportunities, and we're just not getting the opportunities that we want, right? And you're sort of being restricted back by a lot of different things, right? One of which, master of the obvious, is going to be the quarantine. So moving, probably getting some apartments, looking at other places, trying to get some other things back on track is going to be difficult during this time. And so it seems that right now is the good opportunity for the research, to get the research in, right? To try to find out to try to get the research in, to try to find these opportunities that you could be getting into, or getting the reviews, getting on to the places and finding out if this neighborhood is good, if this particular spot is good, and getting a list of your priorities. So this would be my number 1 pick. This would be my number 2 pick after the quarantine lifts up, after things get more opportunities. I think another thing may be financially as well. You may have multiple factors holding you back. Could be financially. It could be some commitments. It could be moving takes you farther away from work, or moving takes you farther away from family or whatnot. But you have a couple of different things that are sort of binding you to where you're at as far as moving is concerned, right? So is the long story back in the end, right? The world says that you do have that opportunity coming up to move. And I think that when you move, or when you have some opportunities to come up to move, I think you're actually going to get some help. I think that it's going to be super, super obvious to to where that you want to move, or the opportunities to move are going to be blatantly obvious. It's going to be, when you go and you start talking to people in a particular thing. So if you're shopping for a house or an apartment, you go to the apartment office and everybody there is just wonderful. And everybody there seems genuine and all the apartment people seem happy. Or you go shopping for a house, right? And everybody in the neighborhood looks comfortable and they look great. And it's really obvious that that is the place for me. And all you're thinking the whole time, you're just psychically thinking, this is the place for me. I think that's the situation you're going to get into. And part of that is going to be the Six of Pentacles. It's almost like that you have either a friend, a family member, or something like that either goes with you to wander around through here, and both of you are like just astounded by the place that you want to go, or this particular pick for moving. So, but again, I mean, you're being restricted for a variety of factors. Make sure to take either a friend, family member, or whatever when you're sort of shopping around after this is lifted up. And it's going to be super, super obvious where you want to move. But for now, the Two of Swords says sort of concentrate on making that list. Here are the neighborhoods I love. Here are the places that I want to get to. And this is priority 1, priority 2, priority 3, right? My number 1 pick, my number 2 pick, etc. And I think that's going to sort of help you out. And once you run into it, I think it's going to be super, super obvious. All right, well, good luck. Moving is not really fun, but it's always fun to be in a new place, because now, because you always get to sort of shop, right? I like shopping for a new place. How is bees? After ghosting me, we want some bad news, I assume. They ghosted you. Now, how is all that going? I think for this, we're going to go back to the Thoth, just because. No, we're going to do Little Prince. We'll do Little Prince. Will it be successful in music? Silly Billy. That's actually a magician, by the way. Yeah, good luck, Angie. I love moving to a new neighborhood. I think that's my thing. A new neighborhood is fun, because when I shop for an apartment, I'll find the one, with the grocery store, like right next door, where I can like walk to it or something, and then of course you get there and it's the traffic is terrible, so you can't walk to it unless you're like getting run over or something. But that's just the way it goes. So we're looking for bad news, I guess. So he ghosted you and he ditched you, and how's his new relationship going? Actually, I think it's over. I think his new relationship is over. Is the new relationship over? The Seven of Swords, he's sneaking out. They're sneaking out of this. The Six of Swords, they had a trip, or they had some type of a journey, and they're sort of journeying away or journeying out. And the Seven of Swords, they're taking as much as they can as they leave. So it's not looking good. So if you're looking for bad news, I think that you have it. Think that they sort of on a decline or on an end product of the relationship or whatnot. Started out kind of iffy too as well, right? We have just terrible cards. I didn't pull the worst cards, I swear. You saw me pull them randomly. But the Ten of Swords points to, I think they left on bad terms with you. I think they could have communicated better. I think that they could have done a lot of things better. And they know that, and you know that. And that's sort of hanging over their head, right? And you can't really go to another relationship after you just are terrible at one relationship. You need to take a break. You need to figure out, what did I do wrong? What can I improve on? Because if you have terrible habits, if you're just a bad person and you're hopping from relationship to relationship, you can't just magically hope and assume that everything's going to work out in the next one, because clearly it may not, right? The Ten of Swords says they may have those self-destructive habits, and they're bringing it. The Six of Pentacles, I'm bringing it into the next relationship. I'm bringing it into the next thing. The Six of Swords, I'm trying to get out of the relationship. It's not going well. The bad habits, the self-destructive tendencies are coming about. And the Seven of Swords, I'm trying to get out of this one now. So you have to, if you have a crappy relationship, you have to fix your issues before you hop into something else. Because expecting just magically everything to work out suddenly is not realistic. You got to do some self-reflection. You have to do some self-fixing and make sure that you're not the problem. And it sounds like this person was the problem, and they're taking all that baggage into the next relationship. So, that's going to be a problem. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching tonight. I greatly appreciate everyone hanging out, and I will be here tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. and tomorrow night as well. So join me at one of those times, and see you next time.